Everyone needs a place to live, but unfortunately, many people face barriers when trying to navigate the different sectors of the housing industry. Fair housing laws exist to help ensure you can choose a place to call home, regardless of who you are. These rights help, but only if you can recognize that you've experienced housing discrimination. Unfortunately, housing discrimination is happening, an estimated 4 million times a year across the United States. Discrimination today often takes more subtle forms than in the past, but this doesn't make it lawful or any less harmful to people seeking housing. This might happen to you or someone you know, so let us shine a light on the most common forms of housing discrimination. Keep these situations in mind and be sure to report any potential violations to your local Fair Housing Center. Let's say you and your family are looking for a 2-bedroom apartment. You call to schedule a tour of an apartment building, and you've been told there are 3 units immediately available. Upon arrival, however, you're told there are no 2-bedroom units available. Was it because of the color of your skin, or maybe your accent? Or was it because you brought your kids with you? It's not always easy to know, but if something seems off, contact us. The Fair Housing Center of Central Indiana exists to help you make sense of what occurred. Let's run down the list of protected classes under the Federal Fair Housing Act: race, color, national origin, religion, sex, familial status, and disability. Let's say you're looking to buy a home. Your real estate agent knows or assumes something about your religious beliefs and only shows you homes near particular places of worship. You have the right to pursue housing without your religious beliefs being a negative factor. Disabilities, both physical and mental, are common, and unfortunately, so is housing discrimination due to them. If you have a disability, your right to reasonable accommodations or modifications is protected under law. This might include your right to keep an emotional support or service animal without a pet fee, to have an accessible parking space reserved for you close to your unit, or to have grab bars installed in your bathroom. Remember too that when it comes to housing, no one is allowed to require you to carry extra insurance just on the basis of your disability. Newly built multifamily construction must also be accessible to you. This should go without saying, but it is never lawful for a housing provider to pressure you to engage in sexual acts in exchange for rent, maintenance work, or favorable decisions on a home loan. Families with children may face discrimination, especially renting from property owners who may have bias that there will be noise complaints. But the law protects the family's right to live on any floor of the building of their choice. Are you expecting a child or caring for a newborn while also looking for housing? Remember that the familial status protection applies to any parental leave you might have from work too. A housing provider or loan officer cannot require you to return to work in order to approve your application. While the legacy and impact of neighborhood segregation remains, the Fair Housing Act works to address those harms continuing to haunt our communities today. You have the right to buy or rent in a community of people who don't look like you, and to be treated the same way as other residents, regardless of your accent or the languages you speak at home or the makeup of your family or your religion. These are just a few examples where fair housing rights can truly change the game if you know your rights and where to get help should discrimination occur. Reach out to us at our website or on social media. We're working tirelessly to combat housing discrimination and to protect your right to choose where you want to live and call home. Everyone deserves a safe, affordable, accessible home free from discrimination.